So then what happened was, so I'm figuring it's John Lou, it's me, and the Asian community got on Tony Avella. He was on the independent line. Now, in politics, I found out that you cannot give up your line unless you die or you're a lawyer.
Run for a judge.
Or, and they could give you a judgeship or something. So, because we had gone to the Conservative Party about the kid, Simon, and we said to Tom Long, you know, how about the shaking of the hand deal that we agreed on, so that whatever followers you have on the conservative line, to throw their back, you know, their Vickie. And the answer was a flat out no. So Simon just won't actively campaign, which was a bunch of crap, because the kid came out with signs, and the kid was at just about every Meet the Candidate night. So much for lies once again. So the GOP's in bed with the Conservative Party, my opinion. Okay, so they can hang me if you want, my opinion. So, and I'm entitled, it's America, I'm entitled to my opinion. So, with that, John Lou and I, Avella gets wound up. The Asians want Avella to win. Now the SHSAT issue became tremendous because de Blasio wants to do away with the SHSAT exams. So they all go to their main man, Avella, for support. So after I fought and won the GOP, my battle now became Vickie versus Lou, Vickie versus Avella, Vickie versus Queens County GOP. Well, I beat the incumbent, 18,000 votes.
That's amazing.
To his 1350 or 1450, whatever he got. John Lou got his 38,000, 39,000. Had Tony taken a meeting with me the way I liked, I would have clued him in about Lou's team. His campaign manager's name is Lisa Delaguila. She is now his chief of staff. And she was the co-founder of the New York chapter of the Rise and Resist movement.
Oh, all right.
That's the person who climbed the Empire, Statue of Liberty. That was her girl that climbed the. So, not only did he come into the race late and met business by getting 3,700 signatures when all you needed was 1,000, and he was on the same level as, he was more radical than he ever was. This is the team he put together. So I went after that. Well, they took out an ad and got a full page with Cindy Gross's help and the Queens GOP help. And they went to the Gothamist. And the Gothamist there reiterated 2 weeks before the election that Vickie is a neo-Nazi, Vickie is an anti-Semite, but they put so many ribbons and bows around this thing that if I read it, I would have believed it. It was great. So I was furious, but that's politics. I let it go. Rabbis were calling me. And Orthodox, I had so many Orthodox Jews working on my campaign, you couldn't even believe it. So they did their due diligence, but you cannot take down what's already been put up.
I have a question. Since we both, you ran for Senate and my candidate ran for Assembly in District 46, and we both had the setbacks, and you made a history by making #2. We made a history by breaking 38 years of voting, 13,000 in a small district of Brooklyn. We got lost by Bay Ridge, by only 2,000 votes. My question is to you and to all of the people that are present here, and I adore the Trump people right there. Question is to all of you, and especially to you, Vickie, question is, my understanding from what I understand is the reason why we keep falling down, because we're in a blue state. We're in the disadvantage what goes to the voter registration to 4-1. Only reason why we win sometimes in some battles because we become united. Don't you think that it would be smart going forward, since we can't turn it back and change anything that happened, looking forward to say that you ran in Queens. In fact, based on our social media, we know I was kind of pushing that idea. If we all combine our efforts, if you're running for Senate, my guy runs for the Assembly, you're running for City Council, you're running for the Congress, whatever, unite the front, all of us. As
Well, that's what
one
we
campaign,
wanted.
no, as a one campaign, what I'm saying. Let me finish the question. The point is this. Something that we have done in 2016, which no president except Reagan, 1980. Nobody, we have a Republicans mentality of this. Oh, this is a blue district, we're not going to bother to compete there.
Yeah,
Oh,
wrong.
then let's go to where
Big
we can
mistake.
pick up the
Okay.
fruits.
Well, that's
So
the same
point is like, why don't we unite the front? Like I said, let's embrace the diversity of thought, but must we stand united
Okay, good,
front?
good, good,
And the
good.
thing is, let us put people in the district, in all districts. Let not
Well,
us
that's the
win
key
in the
thing.
district,
The
but
key
make them
thing
believe.
is, look,
United.
we
Then we can get you in the Senate, we can get our guy in the Senate.
rebooted the Whitestone Republican Club.
Good.
And the reason for rebooting the Whitestone Republican Club is because, A, I go out and I tell people, it's not just a Republican club, okay? I want Democrats. I want to reach out to Democrats, but like-minded Democrats. There's a lot of soft people who hate what's happening to this city and to this state. They're like-minded people. I don't want some liberal coming to my club because I'll get upset. And we'll have to straighten things out right away. But there are some Democrats that we need to understand in order to win, because of the ratio being what it is. We can't hate a person because of their D after their name the same way I don't want to be hated and spat on the way I was because I had an R after my name. Go ahead.
Okay,
But
wait, excuse me. I'm sorry. We'd like to have Vickie finish, and then we'll have plenty of Q&A,
Then I just
okay?
want a question.
Okay, so you're all welcome to give your questions. I'll start with you first after she finishes with
I'm
Vickie.
just going to sum it up.
Please finish.
So basically what I did was, I had a lot of Democrats who were taking petitions for me that I had to make sure that there was a Republican walking with them. I had conservatives taking petitions for me. I just feel general outreach to the public really pays, no matter what their background is, no matter where they come from. It's all about what's best for our state and what's best for our city and how we could win, okay? And as a Republican, as a conservative, I carry Donald Trump's message. I carry it very strongly.
Yeah.
So somebody did say to me, Vickie, how do you plan to handle the issue of Donald Trump? I said, the issue of Donald Trump? I said, he's my president. What are you talking about an issue? He's not an issue, he's my president. Okay? I will never, ever denounce my president. I wish I could say the same about Eric. Because not only did he denounce our president, but he denounced Nicole Malliotakis as well.
Yep.
Okay? Not only that did he cast his vote. I'm saying all this because we got a PA race coming on, which I think is a bullshit race. Okay? But that's over and above because I hate the idea that somebody's got to be jammed in there by February 26th. If you have to have the office, let them run a regular race. Put a seat filler in there for now. And let everybody come together, figure out what they're doing, raise their money, get their petitions going, and run it like a real campaign. Now, I just came back from Albany. I have to tell you, I went up there for the pro-life movement. I went up there because they're changing S240 and A21. I'm being met with conflict like crazy on my Facebook 2 pages because some of my friends are Democrats, and one woman in particular, and you know who you are because you're driving me nuts. And she's a friend of mine, and she says this can't be so, this can't be happening. The point is, yes, it is happening. They are looking to expand the RHA bill. So what that means is, you know, the abortion was legal in New York up until 26 weeks. So this is what they keep throwing in my face. Well, yes, if you read the bill as it exists today, you will read that same one paragraph that says that abortion is legal up to 24 weeks. But what they plan to do, and they redid the entire bill, it's about this long now, okay? And what it includes is partial birth abortions right up to the 9th month.
Oh.
You're not kidding. And I would not watch the video, I couldn't watch it, because this is not giving a woman where you're going to induce her labor and she's gonna have a natural delivery. No, this is with the metal rod in the baby's skull, and we're gonna kill the baby. And they're gonna take that past 24 weeks, folks. So that may be signed into law this Tuesday. Now, what Glenn started to say, because that's the anniversary of Roe versus Wade, if it's not Tuesday because they're closed Monday. Monday, we had heard last week when we were there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We had word that they were gonna vet the bill Monday, being tomorrow, and vote on it Tuesday, being the anniversary of Roe versus Wade, but they're closed tomorrow, so, the state senate. So they're going to be voting on this, maybe vetting it Tuesday and voting on it Wednesday, I don't know. But what Glenn said is very true, because I got to speak to several assemblymen, one of which was Daniel D. Laporta, and he's from the Buffalo area. And my heart breaks for upstate New York. So, in speaking to the assemblyman, he said, Vickie, New York will be unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Unrecognizable in 2 years. And like Glenn said, they are pushing through as many as 12 bills in 1 week that they take normally 3 to 6 months to approve and to pass through. This abortion bill started on the docket in 2009 by Hillary Clinton. Now, as I said all during my run, if we lose the state senate, we lose control of the state the way we lost control of our city, they are going to rubber stamp everything blue. And that's exactly what they're doing, folks. They're rubber stamping everything blue. New York will be unrecognizable. New York will become worse than California, if you could think that's even possible. Because in New York City, we will have the legalization of marijuana. We have in Queens right now, we have 3 injection sites that my girlfriends that I met through Facebook, you know, they're followers of mine, they call me up. And they told me the one in Woodside was an empty storefront. They woke up one morning, and that storefront was changed. And it was changed to an injection site. Okay, we're getting a homeless shelter about 2.5 miles from my house. What I say is this, you've got empty city-owned buildings. You've got Creedmoor, that's in Glen Oaks, that beds 20,000 people.
Wow.
1,000 beds are occupied. What are you doing with the other 19,000 beds? Now I could go into a whole nother thing because there's so many different forms of homelessness.
Yeah.
The facility we're getting is a 300-bed all-male transient facility with no help for these people.
It'll change the neighborhood.
Our budget is $2.1 billion for the homeless. And
Who's
what
paying for that?
you are, oh my God, shall I count the ways?
I know that.
Congested pricing, property taxes, the speed cameras, the taxation and regulations on small businesses. It's all coming out of your and my pocket, okay? So who's paying for it? We are. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up, folks. There's still so much to talk about because we are in the middle and we have to understand, as I'm telling my club each time we meet, there's a very fine line we're walking. We must keep people enthusiastic and understand that yes, we can still win. Yes, we can still bring back common sense. Yes, we must fight. And like Glenn says, you must fight like they fight. Take the gloves, learn from them. Take the gloves off. Take the gloves off. Now somebody from this community, I'm gonna end with this because this just hit me last night. Somebody from this community who I've never met went on Facebook yesterday. His name is Liam McCabe. Okay, keep it low. I don't know the man. Okay. Well, he posted a whole bunch of pictures of me. With John Lou, with Mayor de Blasio at the Memorial Day Parade, making it sound like, because I'm a fake Republican, you know, I'm not a real one, I'm make-believe. You feel me, am I good? So, he said, well, if you could post pictures, so could I, ha ha ha. What does that mean? What are you, 2?
Yeah, really.
I mean, like, I stopped playing in the playground like 60 years ago. So, he posted Bob Capano here, Robin Hornack with Curtis Sliwa. Look, folks, this is a PA race. This is a race where anybody can play the game. This is not a party line race right now. So anybody who wants to run can run.
There's over
And if-
25 candidates.
Yes.
23.
Well, 22 is actually going to
Yeah.
qualify.
26.
And Eric has chosen to challenge 3 Republicans. He did not challenge Melissa Mark Viveritos. Why? She managed to get 3,750 bound petitions 24 hours after they were due in. Yet you don't find that a bit suspicious? Don't wouldn't you want to look through those? No. Instead, he's fighting his own again. Don't talk to me about Eric. So now Liam comes out on Facebook yesterday and posts these pictures. I could give a damn. So the picture he posted of me with de Blasio was at the Memorial Day parade. And what I said to de Blasio was, I went up to him, I said, how are you? Do you remember me? And I commented under Liam's post that you don't even know who I am. You have no idea what I said. Now, if you're nice to me, maybe someday I'll tell you about the conversation I had with the mayor. I says, but if you're going to talk about somebody that you don't even know, me, it speaks volumes about who you are.
Yeah.
Good.
That's it. So, anyway, I guess I have a bone in Brooklyn, I didn't know. Anyway, but I feel very comfortable here. Thank you very much for having me. Running again, for public office. That is my plan. I do not plan to give up. And our club meets in Whitestone every second Wednesday of the month. The next meeting is February the 13th. The meeting after that is March the 13th. I am always on Facebook, so please go to Vickie Paladino for New York State Senate. And my personal page has now got over 8,000 followers. I got a total of like 15,000 followers between 2 pages. And my other page is Vickie Albrizio Paladino. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just a couple quick notes before I forget. A sign-in sheet was going around. Whoever didn't sign in, please sign in.
But here it is. Who needs it?
Whoever does, sign in, please, so we know who you are, and then we get you on the email list, and when we have a meeting, you'll know when to go. Also, if you have not done so, join our Facebook page. Our next meeting is going to be in this building, but not down here. It's going to be upstairs on the 2nd floor. As soon as you walk up the stairs, it's an open area, but there's a room within the room. And we're going to have that at February 10th. It's the next meeting, February 10th, same time, 1:30 to 3:30. Okay? 1:30 to 3:30, 2nd floor. And then private room area within the, you'll see regular,
In the back.
right, to your left-hand side. Okay, so that being said, everyone's signed, good.
Now, I know we have lots,
Yeah, and you.
lots of questions, I'm sure, but I'd like to take it in order, clean, orderly fashion. The lady in the corner had a question before.
My name is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
How you doing? Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Of course, that I heard the ordeal that you've been through, and I heard what you said regarding to unity. My point is, elections do have consequences.
Correct,
In
absolutely.
2016, when Trump was running, I remember I came to a meeting here at the Tea Party, and the guy from Queens came that was supporting Trump. And at that time, me and Marilyn Miller, I'm putting her name because she's my pal, we did Trump together in 2016 as 2 black women in Brooklyn. Everybody was against Trump. And I know everybody was for Trump in Brooklyn. And you were for Trump because you invited the guy from Queens, Glenn.
Yeah.
So I went and did Trump in Pennsylvania. I campaigned. We almost
Great.
get killed.
That's so great.
We met the president at Trump Tower before he went to the White House. And I did everything for Trump. I'm a Trump fan.
That's good.
I was invited to a meeting at 83rd Street, the main office, Manhattan. Cruz came in at that time.
Ah, yes.
And people were speaking, and I said to Cruz, and they had the videotape, they can see me. I said, what can all of us come together and united, because Trump is gonna win. And I said to Abastorino, you're the leader here. Speak to all the Republicans. Let's support President Trump.